Hello friends, this is Monish and I'm back with another video and another awesome book for you today. But before I go on to talk about the book, I request that you please subscribe to my channel and give this video a huge thumbs up to help me out. So on with the book. And like I said, it's pretty awesome. And the book is Mindfulness for Beginners by Jon Kabat-Zinn, first published in 2006. And I'm going to share the 3 features that stood out for me when I read this book, which will help you determine whether you want to read this book or not, and what can you expect when you do pick up this book. So the number 1 feature, and the one that I appreciate the most, is that this book, it's a work of love. The author, Jon Kabat-Zinn, has gained a level of expertise on this subject matter, mindfulness, and is also very passionate about this subject matter, what he's doing, what he's writing about, and the way he's sharing his thoughts. And his passion and his love for mindfulness shows. And I honestly really appreciate a book wherein it's not a commercial enterprise as such, but because the author has the love of something that for which he has poured his heart and soul into a book. And this book shows that entirely. His passion and of course his expertise on mindfulness just permeates the book entirely. The number 2 reason, and it is connected with the number 1, is that because it's a work of love, therefore it's a work of art. This book is replete with beauty and grandeur. I mean, the way this book is composed, it's extremely well thought out, well constructed, and considering that the topic, the subject matter can be a little complicated, and we need to work around what's going on. Therefore, the author has very gently and in subtle ways nudged us little by little towards the immense mass of information that is loaded in this book. And what happens is that you get an aesthetic appreciation of the subject and also the author's mind, and you are kind of transported in a world of Zen, and in subtle and gentle ways you can appreciate what the author is talking about, and you can certainly appreciate the beauty and the gentleness and the subtleness that that the way this book is written in, and therefore you can experience a sense of calm and wonder when you read this book, because it is a work of art and therefore a masterpiece. The third feature of this book, and again very important that I think you should know, is this book, although it's not many pages, it's quite intense and kind of complicated and also profound. You know, each word, each sentence, each paragraph is quite impactful. Also because the topic is kind of esoteric and you know, a little ambiguous maybe. Certainly this is something that is not talked about in our daily lives, so we will have to wrap our heads around what the author is talking about, because it's not a conventional way of thinking, the art of cultivating mindfulness, and therefore the ideas, the thoughts shared in this book can be a little complicated to begin with, but because the subject is as such that it is quite intense. Why? Because the knowledge is there, it's impactful, and therefore you would want to pay attention to every word, every sentence that you read. And honestly, it's profound. I mean, if you and I were to, abide by the ideas of this book and imbibe the habits that the author has shared here, and maybe practice mindfulness in our daily lives, I think a person would change entirely and for the better. And therefore, I think it's an extremely powerful book. The impact on an individual can be quite impactful. It can be quite powerful. And yeah, therefore, my verdict is that I mentally, heartily, spiritually recommend this book to you. Please do pick it up. And I think you're going to enjoy this book and thank me for giving you this recommendation. So guys, that was my spiel about Mindfulness for Beginners by Jon Kabat-Zinn. Please give this video a huge thumbs up, and yes, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, so long.